Hi everyone. So I thought, now that I've got this wonderful new space in my room here for meditation, and seems you guys enjoyed what I put up yesterday. I was blown away by that, actually. Thank you for all your feedback and kind comments. And I'm glad it was able to inspire people to do the same. That's wonderful. Yeah, it made my heart feel really glad. So anyway, what I thought I'd do, especially during isolation and all that now, is I might start uploading some more poems of mine, and of me reading my poems, so you can get a better idea of what the meaning is and the intention and the flow behind them and the way that they sound and feel. Because I know that when you read someone else's words, whether it be a book of poetry, it's going to come across how you see it, or you read it, or how you feel it, or what happens to your imagination and what it means to you personally. But that doesn't mean it's what I intended it to be, because that's my personal take. And so I thought, yeah, what a great little space here. I can do some readings for you, and hopefully you enjoy them. I don't know. I'd love some feedback. And I'd also love to hear if you guys would like to, is there any particular poem that you guys would like to hear me read? And if there is, please feel free to flick me a message and request it. And yeah, again, love you to join in the conversation, and love to hear your feedback. And please feel free to talk to each other about this stuff on the page as well, in the comments, and tag people, share it. I certainly give you full permission to share it as much as you like. The only thing I'm concerned about is that credit is given where credit is due to pieces of artwork. And I'm not talking about money, so to speak, and I'm talking about just, if you share it, say who it's from. That's all. However, yeah, that's basically it. Yeah. Anyway, what I've got for you guys today is one of the last poems I put up, When All the Mountains Seem to Drift Away. Now, as all art, things are never completely finished. So I've actually tweaked it a little bit for the reading today, because I felt like it flowed even better and sounded even better, and the meaning and intention I had behind the words come out even clearer. So I hope that, I hope that you like the slightly new version of it from what you read on my page the other week. And at the end of it, I guess I'll give a brief explanation of what I tried to put out there behind the words. Anyway, here it is. I hope you enjoy it. When all the mountains seem to drift away. I will be coming back for you someday. But for now, in the magic of the forest, I'm sure I'll find the sweet scent of your soul today. I will suck in a breath of the tropics on this white winter's day, with citronella candles scenting up the woods, somewhere at the end of dismay. And though it may be April, all I can smell is a hint of May. You know, something should have lingered. Something should have stayed. But somehow, something must have swayed you to make the decision to leave me hanging from the branches this way. And yeah, it came. And yeah, we played. For a couple of weeks at least. But then it strayed. But we're all wrapped in simmering sunsets. And we're all drowning in blistering heartaches. And all these choices, well, they just make my head ache. They are so overplayed and so intensely cliched. You're a bittersweet soul, and I'm a splintered mess. Such a maddening time of madness. So I guess while we wave and while we wait, the powers that be, well, they concentrate. And while we weave And while we play, the powers to be carve us up and trade us all away. So what am I to do with this month of April, when all I can fucking smell is the scent of May? When I look at myself within, I see precious mildew dampens my wings, heavy with the burden of a few conclusions, sprouted by others, of course, trapped within their own delusions. And soon they will all be lost in a debate to decide who did destroy the planet. Was it animal? Or was it human fungicide? Was it nature? Or was it our own goddamn self-inflicted global genocide? There you go. I hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, that one felt really good to write, actually. It got a lot of weight off my chest that I was having a few days to a week prior to writing it. And, you know, like I said in the original post, I had I started writing it a week or so earlier, and it just was stuck. It wouldn't go anywhere. And then you fast forward to a week later, you have a right environment and a fire flowing, and the words just flow back, but not the same as they would have a week before. It's interesting how it works that way. But anyway, basically, I guess what I'm trying to put out there to people is a couple of different things. We're all in isolation. We're all separated from each other for the most part, and that can get us down. It's a little bit about what are you and what am I going to do with this time that we have. It's a little bit about that. There's a little bit about looking really forward to seeing people again, rather than just walking alone in a forest and smelling their scent, so to speak. It also, we all have difficulty in relationships, right? They all make us worry and fear for the next relationship, or perhaps each relationships that have gone before teach us something for the next relationship. And so whilst there are good and bad times in relationships, don't let fear stop you from being with someone who really loves you. Don't let fear of being non-independent stop you from being with someone. And what I mean by that is, sometimes, this is just my opinion, sometimes I feel like we all have baggage. That's just a given. We all do. I don't think there's a single soul in this world that doesn't have some sort of baggage. But sometimes that baggage, yes, it's great to learn from it, but sometimes that baggage holds us back from pursuing something with someone who may be different to your past mistakes. And your fear gets in the way of realizing that. And so you put a wall up before you even discover that, no, you might be going down a different way, a different path, because of your baggage and because of your fear. And so I guess what I'm trying to say there is that, yeah, we're all splintered messes, and we all have our bad backgrounds there, but learn from it, grow from it. Don't let the fear inhibit you from enjoying life with someone who really gives a shit about you and loves you. Don't reject those ones. Yeah, sure, reject all the arseholes. Come along if they prove to be arseholes. But let a person prove themselves before you reject them, if you know what I mean. I hope that makes sense anyway. So I guess that's what I was trying to get there, is that there's a lot of good people in the world, and sometimes you might miss them if you write them off just because you've had a bad experience in the past. Anyway, that's a little bit about it. And of course, the political message. Be careful in isolation, is what I'm trying to say. Is that This is a great opportunity for the government to do a lot of underhanded things in the communities around us. Yes, they always say they have our best interests at heart, but come on, we're not stupid, we're not dumb. These governments, they have a lot of hidden agendas, and those hidden agendas are very self-serving most of the time and corrupt. So, and corruption is embedded in our governments, not just Australian governments, just worldwide. Just because we live in Australia doesn't mean our government's not corrupt. Just because we live in a safe, beautiful country compared to a lot of others does not mean our government's not corrupt. And it well and truly is. And while we sit in our homes, in isolation, being good citizens to each other and protecting each other and looking out for each other, it's not, well, it is a conspiracy theory, but some conspiracy theories are true and real. They're not fake. They're not false. And I think you would be naive to think that the governments aren't using this time to do things to further their own agendas with things regarding climate change, regarding mining industries, regarding agriculture, regarding building, regarding how we treat this planet. It's just about fossil fuel use, about all those sorts of things. You know it. Be careful though, guys. Don't be blind to it. We still need to stick up and fight for this stuff and look after our world, because our governments are failing miserably, and yet they speak for us, the people, apparently. But you know what I see sometimes is there's not enough of us making a noise. We need to make more noise, and we need to stand together, and we need to have each other's backs. We need to stop calling each other dumb or stupid or idiots, whichever side of the coin we fall on. We need to show more respect to each other, and we need to really, really engage each other over the issues of this planet, because you know what? I've got a 10-year-old son, and by the time he's my age, this planet's going to be desert if we don't do something right now. And that really concerns me and worries me as a parent. Anyway, yes, we need to strengthen the chorus of the voices, because we live in a democratic society, people. We have freedom of speech. We should be using it. And we should be, again, erasing the fear of actually challenging our governments, questioning them. Just because they say it's not the right time to talk about this stuff, it is right time, because, again, I think naivety comes into it when you think that COVID-19 isn't related to climate change and what we're doing to this planet and the way we're treating it and the way we live our lives. It is all directly related to each other. It is all connected. And there is a naivety out there because of our disconnect from this planet, the way that we have come to live our lives in our little homes and little spaces with our technology, where we don't go and get our bare feet out into the water and into the sand and into the soil and the grass and touch a tree and a plant. That disconnect means that we have a naivety in our understanding of how the cycle of life works. It's there, we know the knowledge is there. I think we've just forgotten and we need to go back to it. Anyway, I've got to stop carrying it on. I have a bad habit of rambling. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Yeah. Please let me know if there's any others you'd like to hear. Otherwise, I'll just keep posting the ones I think. Love to hear your feedback. Love to all you guys out there. Hope you're all dealing with this crisis as best you can. Get your yoga on. Get your meditation on. Get inspired to do something different than other than the 9-to-5 work that you do in normal circumstances. Don't just go and sit on the couch watching telly. Don't go just sit on the computer scrolling Facebook and Instagram. Get out in your garden. You've still got a yard out in your house. Get out in your garden. Plant some veggies. Go play with your dog. Go play with your kids. Go and explore the grass down your backyard. My beautiful friend Claire Lovelace, who I've mentioned so many times, told me this wonderful story that when she was a child, that her parents would take her and her siblings outside when they were bored, and he would sit them down on the grass and get them to look deep into the grass and move the blades across and see all the animal life that's within the grass, all the bugs and insects and things that are teeming under our feet that we walk on. There is a whole microbiome, I don't know if I'm using that word right, there's a whole ecosystem just under the grass in our front yards. go get into it.